somewhere between your bedroom and kitchen. Your brain just experienced a silent stroke precursor and you didn't even notice. It happens to 8 out of 10 seniors every single morning. And tonight, I'll show you exactly how to protect your brain starting tomorrow. I'm Dr. Bill Harrison, neurologist and stroke specialist. And what I'm about to share will shock you. The morning habits most people think are perfectly normal, even healthy, are quietly setting up their brains for failure. While you're brushing your teeth and making coffee, your blood pressure is spiking, your arteries are stiffening, and your brain is struggling to get the oxygen it desperately needs. What you're about to learn has helped hundreds of my patients transform their mornings from stroke risk zones into brain protection powerhouses. If you're over 60 and want to keep your independence, your memory, and your life, hit that subscribe button for inspired living right now. Today, we're going through 7 common morning habits that are soundly raising stroke risk in adults over 60. Plus, I'll give you the exact stroke-safe morning routine that can cut your risk by up to 50%. But first, let me tell you about something that happened in my emergency room 3 weeks ago that changed how I think about morning routines forever. Margaret walked into my EA 8:30 on a Tuesday morning. She's 67, retired teacher, does yoga 3 times a week, takes her medications religiously. Everything you expect from someone taking excellent care of herself. But that morning, she collapsed in her kitchen while making breakfast. Her husband found her on the floor, confused, unable to speak clearly, with her right arm completely weak. By the time the ambulance arrived, most of her symptoms had cleared up, but I knew exactly what had happened. She'd had what we call a transient ischemic attack, a TIA, and then stroke. And here's what terrified me. When I asked Margaret to walk me through her exact morning routine, she described 7 habits that millions of seniors do every single day thinking they're harmless. When we change just these 7 morning habits, Margaret hasn't had a single neurological episode in 3 months. But before I tell you what those habits were, I need you to understand why the first hour after waking is the most dangerous time of day for your brain. Here's what most people don't realize about stroke timing. Your brain doesn't randomly decide to have a stroke at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Research from the American Heart Association 2023 stroke timing data shows that strokes peak between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. with the highest concentration in the first 2 hours after waking. Your brain is most vulnerable during that transition. From sleep to consciousness. During the night, your blood pressure naturally drops. Your heart rate slows and your blood becomes slightly thicker. When you wake up, your body has to rapidly adjust circulation, blood pressure, and oxygen delivery to meet the demands of consciousness. For seniors whose blood vessels are already less flexible, this morning surge can overwhelm the brain's delicate blood supply. The 7 habits I'm about to reveal don't just affect how you feel. They fundamentally change how blood flows to your brain during this critical morning transition. And for those over 60, these seemingly innocent habits can turn a normal wake-up into a stroke waiting to happen. So, what was Margaret doing every morning that put her brain at such risk? Let's start with the first habit that's happening in millions of bedrooms right now. Habit number 1, bolting out of bed the second you wake up. Margaret told me she was proud of being someone who didn't waste time in the morning. Alarm goes off, feet hit the floor, day begins. Sound familiar? Here's what Margaret didn't know. When you suddenly shift from lying down to standing up, especially after 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your blood pressure can drop by 20 millimeters of mercury or more. That's called orthostatic hypotension. And for 15 crucial seconds, your brain isn't getting enough oxygen. You might feel a head rush, tunnel vision, or wobbly knees on that first step. That brief moment isn't just uncomfortable. It's your brain sending a warning signal that it's struggling to function. The solution is what I call the 90-second rule. When you first wake up, take 10 seconds for deep breaths, 20 seconds for ankle and hand flexes to get circulation moving, 20 seconds to slowly sit up, 40 seconds with your feet on the floor, letting your body adjust, then stand. Margaret told me this simple change eliminated the morning dizziness she'd been experiencing for months. She thought it was just normal aging, but it was actually her brain's cry for help. If you've ever felt dizzy when standing up in the morning, type DIZY in the comments. You're not alone and you're not imagining it. Habit number 2, skipping water and heading straight for coffee. Margaret's routine was coffee first, everything else later. But here's what she didn't realize. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, you're already about 1% dehydrated. Your blood is thicker, circulation is sluggish, and when you add caffeine's blood vessel constricting effects, you're creating a perfect storm. David, a 71-year-old patient of mine, came to me because his heart was racing every morning after his first cup of coffee. When we looked at his hydration status, we discovered his blood was so thick in the mornings that his heart was working overtime just to pump it through his arteries. The fix is simple but powerful. Drink 8 ounces, that's 240 milliliters of room temperature. Water before any caffeine. Add a 4 teaspoons of lemon juice or a pinch of sea salt for faster absorption. David's morning heart racing stopped within a week. Habit number 3. Eating healthy breakfast foods that hide 400 to 600 milligrams of sodium. Margaret thought she was being health conscious with her instant oatmeal and whole grain toast. What she didn't know is that these seemingly innocent foods were delivering a massive sodium load that was stiffening her arteries before they even had a chance to warm up. Instant oats, bran muffins, deli turkey, even protein breads can pack 300 to 400 milligrams of sodium per serving. Stack a few of these together and you're hitting 600 milligrams before 9 a.m. The extra pressure goes straight to the microvessels in your brain. Sarah, 73 years old, was getting blood pressure readings of 140/90 within 30 minutes of breakfast. When we switched her flavored instant oatmeal for plain rolled oats with berries, her morning blood pressure dropped by 20 points. Aim for 300 milligrams of sodium or less before 9 a.m. Focus on 2/3 vegetables and fruits. 1/3 complex carbs and protein. Habit number 4, loading up on black coffee before a single bite of food. Margaret was drinking 2 large mugs of coffee on an empty stomach, thinking it would give her energy for the day. Instead, it was triggering a 30 to 60% adrenaline surge that was making her arteries constrict and her pulse jump. Thomas, 69 years old, came to my ER 3 times thinking he was having heart attacks, but it was coffee-induced acid reflux. The solution isn't to give up coffee. It's to eat a buffer bite first. Half a banana, 5 almonds, or a boiled egg. Cap your coffee to 1 mug, about 150 milligrams of caffeine, and wait 30 minutes before any refill. Habit number 5, and this is the one that terrifies me most, brushing off mild morning dizziness, slurred words, or numb fingers. Margaret told me she'd been having moments where her words didn't come out right, usually in the first hour after waking. She figured it was just grogginess. These symptoms aren't grogginess. They're transient ischemic attacks, TAAs, and they're your brain's red flag rehearsal for a full stroke, often 12 to 24 hours beforehand. Any speech glitches that clear up in less than 10 minutes, any weak grip on one side, any facial drooping. These are medical emergencies. Remember the fast drill. Face droop, arm drift, speech change, time to call 911, even if symptoms vanish. Log the date, time, and what happened. Then contact your doctor immediately. Margaret's morning speech difficulties were actually many strokes warning her that a major one was coming. Ignoring them could have cost her everything. Habit number 6, taking all your morning pills together, sometimes with coffee. Margaret was taking her blood pressure medication, thyroid pill, and aspirin all at once with her first cup of coffee. She had no idea that this combination was creating dangerous interactions. Blood pressure medications absorbed with caffeine can cause dangerous spikes or crashes. For example, green tea combined with beta blockers can further drop blood pressure to dangerous levels. Ruth, 75 years old, was getting readings below 100 over 16 hours after taking morning medications with coffee. Use a pill organizer with alarms. Check every label for instructions like take with food or avoid caffeine. Space out interacting drugs by at least 30 minutes. Your medications are designed to protect you, but only if you take them correctly. Habit number 7. Staying in bed scrolling on your phone while ignoring a full bladder. Margaret admitted she liked to check emails and news before getting up, even when she needed to use the bathroom. She thought holding it for a few extra minutes was harmless. Frank, 68 years old, was getting sudden pounding heartbeats every morning when he finally got up to use the bathroom. Head to the bathroom within 5 minutes of waking. If you're getting up more than twice a night, cut fluids 2 hours before bed and talk to your doctor about prostate issues or diuretic timing. Now, I want you to do a quick self-assessment. I'm going to list 5 warning signs of these morning habits might be affecting your brain. Count how many apply to you, then comment that number below. Number 1, head rush or tunnel vision when you first stand up in the morning. Number 2, heart racing or fluttering after your first sip of coffee. Number 3, blood pressure readings over 140/90 within 30 minutes of breakfast. Number 4, any speech glitches, weak grip, or numbness that lasts less than 10 minutes. Number 5, sudden pounding heartbeat when you finally get out of bed. How many of these warning signs do you experience? Comment that number below. If you counted 2 or more, your morning routine is putting your brain at risk. But the good news is we can fix this starting tomorrow. Remember Margaret, who collapsed in her kitchen that Tuesday morning? 6 months after implementing what I call the stroke-safe morning routine, she told me something that gave me chills. She said, "Doctor, I wake up feeling like my brain is actually ready for the day. The fog is gone, the dizziness is gone, and I feel sharper than I have in years." Here's exactly what Margaret does now and what I recommend to all my patients over 60. Step 1. Prep the night before. Set a glass of water, your pill organizer, and low-sodium breakfast staples on the counter. Your morning brain doesn't make the best decisions, so remove the guesswork. Step 2. Follow the 90-second wake-up progression. Deep breaths, gentle movement, slow sitting up, pause with feet on floor, then stand. This gives your cardiovascular system time to adjust safely. Step 3. Hydrate, then small protein, then caffeinate in that exact order. Water first to thin your blood, food to buffer caffeine's effects, then coffee to energize without shocking your system. Step 4. Log your blood pressure and any unusual symptoms for 1 week. Patterns matter more than single numbers, and you'll start to see exactly how your morning choices affect your brain. Step 5. Share this information with family or a close friend so they can spot warning signs too. Stroke symptoms can be subtle, and having someone else who knows what to look for could save your life. Small, consistent changes beat big, unsustainable overhauls. Your brain will notice the difference first, then your energy, then your confidence that you're truly protecting your most precious asset. The morning routine you follow tomorrow morning will either protect your brain or put it at risk. There's no neutral ground when it comes to stroke prevention after 60. If this video helped you identify even one risky morning habit, hit that like button and share it with someone over 60 who needs this information. Subscribe to Inspired Living for more brain protecting strategies. Pause right now. Pick the one habit you'll change tomorrow. Type its number below and tag a friend so they can protect their brain too. Your commitment could save 2 lives. Remember, stroke prevention isn't about perfection. It's about understanding how your daily choices affect your brain health. You have more control than you think, and it starts with how you spend your first hour awake. This information is for educational purposes only and is not intended to replace professional medical advice. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making changes to your medication timing or if you experience any concerning symptoms. Remember this simple truth: protect your morning, protect your brain.